Hello Aries, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is your June forecast, and just to recap, everybody is dancing to their own beat, walking their own journey, being committed to the quest that they're on, is represented by the ancestor. In January, it was a little bit of a challenge for you with that two of stones. February, you're setting your eyes on the mark with the Archer card. March was the Nine of Arrows, and you were dedicating yourself maybe to that, keeping your eyes on the prize, whatever it was with that, that New Year's resolution that you set up for that challenge. April was all about rest. With your birthday month, just taking it easy, being covered by the butterfly, and just, relaxation, recuperation, and resting. And in May was a spark of life, putting an action plan into place, getting things going in the right direction, and, taking that spark of life, that Ace of Bows action. And, so far this year, with the ancestor beating to your own you're listening to the own universal beat that's going on out there, and the two arrows cards. This is telling me that it's it's looking more right now, halfway through the year, that this is more of an intellectual. Okay, it's more of an air energy that's coming through for you, but you do have some earth energy. You do have some fire creativity energy as well. All right, so let's shuffle up the cards here, and let's get into your June forecast. And I'll do the same thing as I did last month. I'll draw one card for the theme, and then I'll look at, the 4 weeks that are in June. And the card that popped out for this month, the theme is going to be Ten of Stones and home. All right, and that's probably going to be a good theme. For most of us, June, could be a good opportunity to work at home, work on the home, have some comfort and stability in having people around you. Tens are completions as well, so there could be some stuff going there. The first week of June is going to be represented by that Ace of Arrows and the Breath of Life. The second week of June will be represented by the Journey Life Lessons card. And then we'll tie all this into home, what that means. Third week, you're going to be represented by the Guardian, Facing Your Fears. 2 Life Lessons cards in the month of June. And then that fourth week is going to be the Knight of Vessels and the Eel. So a court card. So the wind's blowing a little bit today. I'm going to put the cards up, and let's get into your monthly reading. So, looking at what's going on here for the weeks, you got some life lessons going on. And looking at the life lessons card, the Journey and the Guardian, in that second and third week, with the Journey card, there's life after death. Okay, so, during that second week of June, you may be having to let go of something and see that it's going to feed you for other opportunities. And then in that third week, those opportunities that come up for you, okay, are going to have to, you're going to have to look at yourself in the mirror and face those fears, all right, and move on. But, the theme for the month is the Ten of Stones and home. And, if you look closely, there's a male and female figure on the cornerstones out there, and they're looking out from their house. So, last month you had the Ace of Bows, Spark of Life. Before that, you were resting up. So now is a good time to, possibly look at your home as an opportunity to sell, maybe, if the opportunity is right. maybe, put some modifications on that home, right? Maybe put some energy into the home. Clear it out with some sage, and then burn some lavender and some musk and Egyptian musk and frankincense and things of that nature to make it feel more homey. Maybe do a feng shui on the home in June. This could be all about home improvement, okay? Because as you're looking out from this doorway, you're looking into another home that's out there, and then the world frees behind that. So with 10's all about completion. Okay, this could be completing a cycle for you. All right, especially within the pip cards. Okay, so this could be the completion of the message that's coming through is like selling a property, right? And you've had this property for a little bit. If you own property, it could be giving up something that has some security and stability for you. Now, if you look at that first week, that Ace of Arrows, that breath of life, maybe there is a concept there where you could say, as far as looking at a new home or looking at investment properties, saying, you know what, we can add to our portfolio or we can take away from our portfolio. It's one or the other. The market's really good right now for home sellers. All right, and maybe that's what that breath of life is. Maybe you have to think about what's moving on for you here in the future. Okay, what makes most sense, right? And with arrows, that's intellectual energy, that's thinking energy, and as that ties into the 10 of stones. Here you got the ending, the 10 of stones, right? But here you got a beginning of a new thought process, a beginning of an opportunity to to think things differently. That second week, the Journey card, okay, or in the normal tarot, it's a Death card, right? It's an opportunity to, look at your journey differently, all right? And it could be, you had the Ace of Arrows, a breath of life. Maybe it's time to look at things that are holding you back to possibly refurbish that new home or remodel or, look at a new home or something like that and say, you know what? Maybe I need to let go of something in order for me to expand my horizons. Okay, and I say expand my horizons because we just had the full moon in Sagittarius here the other day. All right, and that's expansive energy that's out there. So, in that second week, as we're the full moon will last, for in Sagittarius lasts for 6 months, but the full moon only lasts 30 days. But in that second week of June, we're going to be coming up to that new moon. All right, so you got the full moon here in the picture with the Journey card. So, look at that aspect and say to yourself, what do I need to let go in order to have some expansive energy, around my home or around security, stability, and materialism, in that Journey card. The third week is represented again by the Life Lessons card of the Guardian. All right, sometimes when we want to get rid of stuff in our lives, whether it's material stuff or stability stuff, it's scary. It's scary to move from a job to a job. It's scary to move from one house to another house. It's also exciting, okay? But you have to face that fear. You have to go move up to the Guardian and say, you know what? You don't scare me anymore. All right? You face those inner fears. You face those inner doubts, okay? And you do what you have to do to to relate to this 10 of stones in the home. All right, you don't let that Guardian scare you from gaining more security or letting something go from the last week with that Journey card to probably give you more expansive energy into a new home or new remodel or something on that nature. All right, so somewhere along the line you're going to have to face those fears, whether it's I may not have the money to do the remodel. I may not, have the money to do, to buy a new home. All right. But you have to look at that and say, you know what? Understand it, realize it, and moving forward, just say, I'm not going to let fear dictate what I want to do. I want to make sure I have everything in order and move on. And then finally, in that fourth week, for that 10 of stones and home, you have the Knight of Vessels, the eel. Now, the eel is known as a wise protector. All right, and this is water energy, so you've got some emotional energy as well as some air energy for this month as it relates to the security and stability, materialism of your home. All right, now the question that this eel is asking you is, where are your emotions running high? In that fourth week, as things are moving forward, where are your emotions running high with the theme of that Ten of Stones and home? Are your emotions running high because you're scared or you're afraid, right? With the fear from the guardian? Are your emotions high because, I may have to let something go? It may not give me that security, stability that I need for my home? Or is my emotions running high because of the thought process that I had, with that Ace of Arrows, the breath of life. So, the Knight is a fighter tactician. He's going to look at the best way to, to tackle this question with the Ten of Stones. And then he also asks, where do you need to express sensitivity? All right, now those are emotions that are out there. And it's good to have that sentimental value around a house. One that you own, or one that you're selling, or one that you're remodeling, or anything on that nature. Okay, maybe you're going through your home and you're decluttering, right? And there's a lot, now you're getting to the point where there's some sentimental stuff, right? So, as you go through this month of June, all right, there's going to be, you're going to have an ending and a beginning. You're going to have to face your fears with this Ten of Stones and home. You're going to have to, look at, what that eel is asking you around where your emotions are running high, and do you need to express sensitivity. Now, again, the eel is a wise protector. All right, so he's going to protect, the investment that you have in your home as you're moving forward. All right, so I hope that makes sense for you, Aries, in the month of June. Looks like it's going to be a good month for you. It's represented by the stones and its completion. So, you got some financial security there. You got some materialism. You got some stability going on with there. And, maybe you're coming up with a new thought process moving into July on how you want to increase that stability and increase that financial materialism. All right. So, there you go, Aries. That's your horoscope for the month of June. Hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others. And this is D for Spirit's Path, and we'll talk to you in the month of July. Take care. God bless. Stay safe.